We got chickens! So we built a coop. We built it with our bare hands. Awkward.
Bye.
Yep, and we also built it with reclaimed
Repurposed materials.
around Mr. Wayne's farm.
For the entire chicken coop, all of the wood is repurposed materials that we found that had just been laying out or cut. I did find 2 dresser drawers that I took and built up to make them a little bit deeper. And then we have hinges so that we can get the eggs while we are still on the outside. The material for the top is aluminum roofing. And because it is so sharp and we are both accident prone, we did go ahead and take some Gorilla Tape and basically make it Kraemer safe so that we don't injure ourselves. We wanted the chickens to have the ability to get underneath the coop. So we did build some legs that are 12 inches high, and we attached some PVC pipe that we also found.
We cut the PVC pipe in half to make basically a sled. Yeah, so we have 2 sleds that it can be moved with or on. We were gonna do wheels at first, but it was just too expensive.
It was about $50 for 4 wheels, and we really just wanted to do this as cost effective as possible, and really wanted to kind of create something unique that we designed.
Right.
The front section, one piece we did have that was already pre-made. I wanted to make a window, and we did find an old chicken coop window that was still intact. And all we did was we added some hardware cloth to the inside because the mesh diameter was too big. So we went ahead and added some hardware cloth inside of that just to make sure that nothing could get in. For purchased materials, what we purchased is all of the eye bolts and hooks to keep the doors secure and the lid secure while the chickens are inside of it. All of the hinges that the doors and the nesting box lids raise up and down. And then the hardware cloth that goes on the bottom of the chicken coop. The other pieces that we purchased is we did purchase a 5-gallon bucket and the Rent-A-Coop little water dishes that I drilled holes into the bucket and installed, and the food bucket to keep the 50-pound bag of food secure from predators and also keep out the moisture and anything else.
You did mention the roof does open on the hinges. We put in roost bars. These are just branches from a burn pile. And for our feeding system, we are just going to be using PVC piping. So just like the sleds on the legs, we found some PVC pipe. 4-inch PVC pipe. I did go to the store and I bought this T right here that's used for their feeding system right now inside the coop, but eventually we'll bring it outside the coop, put a 4-inch pipe up here and be able to fill it all with food so they can feed them for several days at a time. This is our really pretty, quite amazing,
very large
3-foot by 6-foot chicken coop. We are going to be covering the nesting boxes while they are not laying. so that way they don't get accustomed to going in there and bedding down and pooping. We want to make sure that they only use it for nesting, for laying. And whoop, one of the chickens just got hit by the net. He's like, whoa, what's this? I'm out.
A variety of different chickens for a couple reasons. Wanted to see temperaments, personalities, how they were with foraging, also how they laid eggs, and we wanted a variety of different colored eggs as well. So we kind of went with a little bit of a variety after doing some research. So we ended up picking the Barred Rock, the Buckeye, a Brahma, a Noir Maran, a Barnevelder, a Speckled Sussex, an Olive Egger, and they were out of the silver laced that we ordered, so we ended up replacing that with a Welsummer.
They were in their coop all night, so almost 24 hours.
Yep.
So we wanted them to know that this is their home, and it wasn't until about 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon that we opened it up and let them come out on their own. And so
4 have come out, 4 have stayed in, so we're 50-50 with the explorers and the ones that are still kind of chilling.
Yep. Since these are still pretty small and young birds and they're not accustomed to being outdoors, we have them protected with a Premier One chicken fence. It's hot, it's on right now. You may be able to hear it clicking. And we also found a decoy owl that I have over in the far end that's keeping
for birds of prey.
Yeah, keeping the birds of prey away. Yep. So we feel that they're pretty safe. They're pretty close to our RV, as you can tell, so we can hear things. Mm-hmm. And last night we did put a trail cam up to see if any predators were coming and sniffing around to see what the new sounds and smells were.
Yep. Even if it was just a bunny rabbit, we wanted to see what was coming around. And the only thing we saw was us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Safe to say that it's pretty quiet in the area that they are, which is good.
Yeah. We got chickens! Mr. Wayne's also very excited. He hasn't had animals on the farm for several years.
Yep.
So he's super excited. He hasn't met the chickens yet, but he will in time. So cool. Well, thank you all for watching. Yep. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Take care.
Bye.